Hello, dear students. We are again together with another topic. Today, we're going to talk about grammar, the relative clauses. What are relative clauses? Relative clauses are clauses starting with a relative pronoun who, that, whose, where, and when. They are most often used to define or identify the noun that precedes them. We have a table here for you to refer exactly the relative pronouns. For people, we have who or that. For objects, we have which and that, and animals too. For possessions, we have whose. For places, we have where, and time, we use when. Let's take them one by one. The relative pronouns who, which, whose, that, where, when introduce us to the relative clauses. We use who or that instead of a subject pronoun I, you, he, she, we, you, they to refer to people. For example, we have the sentences here. I met a girl. She's from China. I met a girl who is from China or that. We use which or that instead of the subject pronoun it or they to refer. The first one is to refer to objects. Kate was watching a film. It was very funny. Kate was watching a film which was very funny. That is the relative pronoun here. To animals is the second case. Crocodiles are reptiles. They can run very fast. Crocodiles are reptiles which or that can run very fast. We use whose instead of possessive adjectives my, your, his, her, its, our, your, and their to refer to people, objects, or animals in order to show possession. That's Mr. Clark. His wife is a teacher. That's Mr. Clark, whose wife is a teacher. Occasionally, the relative adverbs when and where are also used as relative pronouns. We use where to refer to places, and where is used after nouns such as place, house, town, and country. Flora is a city where you can enjoy the sea. You see city before where? We use when to refer time. When is used after nouns such as time, period, or moment, day, and summer. It can be replaced by that or can be omitted. Do you remember the day when or that you turned 21? So we can also omit it and read it like that. Do you remember the day when or that you turned 21? We can also read it like that. Do you remember the day you turned 21? So we omit it. Let's talk about other relative clauses, which are called in English defined or non-defining relative clauses. What is a defining relative clause? A defining relative clause gives necessary information and it is essential to the meaning of the main sentence we do not put the clause in this example in commas. So, the couple who bought the house are from New York. That's our sentence. Which couple? The couple who bought the house. Let's pass to the non-defining relative clause. A non-defining relative clause gives extra information and is not essential to the meaning of the main sentence. The clause is put in commas. We cannot omit the relative pronoun. We cannot use that instead of who or which. Let's take an example together. Anthony, who is very old, lives in an old farmhouse in the countryside. Who is very old is the relative clause that gives extra information in this case. Let's practice now together the relative clauses, the relative pronouns. You have to circle the correct option. And let's go on together by circling the right one. This is a woman whose husband is a famous scientist. We show possession here. My favorite time of year is winter, when snow covers everything. We're talking about time in this case. That's the church where my parents got married. We are referring to the place now. That's the book which became a bestseller in 20 centuries. We're talking about the book. That is why we used which in this case. Let's go on. That's the wallet that George found in the street yesterday. We are referring to wallet. I've always loved school. This is why I decided to become a teacher. 2007 was the year when she published her first school. We are referring to the time. And that's the last sentence. That is the woman whose children I look after at the weekend. We are going to use whose because we show possession in this case. Let's pass to the homework for next time. You are going to make sentences about the following words, and you have to use the relative pronouns who, where, or which. Let me read the words. Park, doctor, Venice, airport, bakers, laptop, nurse, pilot, hospital, MP3 player, and pen. That is all for today. Thank you for your attention.